And we're back for the final scheduled series of your 2016 Wild Things season. Thanks for joining us on this MSA broadcast here in Avon, Ohio. You're watching Wild Things, as I said, taking on the Lake Erie Crushers for a final 3-game series of the Frontier League year. Let's start off with the lineups for both teams. For the home Lake Erie Crushers, they're going to be leading it off with the designated hitter Rob Paller, hitting second, third baseman Brendan Constantino, hitting third, center fielder Connor Oliver, hitting fourth, first baseman Jose Barraza, hitting fifth, shortstop Eric Grab, hitting sixth, playing left field Sean Hurley, hitting seventh, playing right field Parker Norris, behind the plate hitting eighth, Brian De La Rosa, hitting ninth, second baseman Max Casper. On the mound tonight for Lake Erie will be right-hander Steve Hagan. Lineup for your 2016 Washington Wild Things, leading it off playing left field will be Andrew Heck. Hitting second in center field, Chris Grayson. Hitting third, third baseman Ricky Rodriguez. Hitting fourth, right fielder David Popkins. Hitting fifth, first baseman Jimmy Yezzo. Hitting sixth, second baseman Grant Fink. Designated hitter tonight will be hitting seventh, Alvaro Gonzalez. Behind the dish, catcher number 15, Kyle Pollock. Hitting ninth, shortstop Austin Wobrock. On the mound tonight for your Wild Things will be right-hander Christian Powell. We're going to go right into action. Sorry for the shadows here in Avon, Ohio. Also, the angle of this press box is not conducive to seeing the game straight on, so try to show as much of the venue as possible for everybody. We got the first pitch on the way. Steve Hagan to Andrew Heck. First pitch in there at 86. It's going to be ball one. Hagan on the way for the delivery. Ball fouled off third base side for strike number one. A lot of shadows today. Start of the ball game at All-Pro Freight Stadium. Ton of wind as well. Wind blowing straight in from center field. The 1-1 on the way to Heck. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Pulls the count 1-2. Swing and a miss. Another breaking ball. That's going to be out number one for your Washington Wild Things to start the ball game. As I mentioned, ton of wind blowing in straight away from center field. During batting practice today, running joke of seeing how many balls could be even hit out of the stadium. There was a whopping one ball hit over the fence during batting practice. The wind is that strong today. It's not going to be a nice day for hitters at the plate. Chris Grayson facing Hagan with one out. Fastball down in the zone. All-Pro Freight Stadium, one of the slowest turfs you could ever imagine. Does not play fast whatsoever. Chris Grayson lines one in the right center field. Long run, that ball is going to drop. One hop the fence. Chris Grayson cruising around first. Strolls in the second for a one-out double versus Steve Hagan. Chris Grayson able to jump on that fastball, drive it to the right center field gap. No play for Parker Norris out there in right. That one home run driven in batting practice. Not David Popkins, not Jimmy Yezzo, not Ricky Rodriguez. The pure rookie himself, Ryan Willard, able to take Mike Marshall deep to left. The only ball that was able to leave the ballpark during batting practice. Ricky Rodriguez steps in. First pitch fastball. Ball one. Grayson. First hit of the ball game for your Wild Things. Hagan comes set. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Evens count 1-1. Good crowd for Lake Erie for their final home series of the year. A fireworks Friday for them. Ball outside. Two-one count despite the 1-2 posted on the board. Had to check myself there, make sure I was seeing things correctly. The 2-1 is fouled out of play. First base side. Evens count for against Ricky, 2-2. Lake Erie and Washington fighting for their playoff lives. So this series, these 3 games are extremely meaningful, and being rivals as well is a very meaningful series. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the inning for Hagan. He's going to bring up right fielder, number 20, David Popkins. Popkins, the lone highlight last night for Game 3 versus Windy City, hit the solo shot home run and top of the 9th. The only run on the ball game for your Wild Things. Grayson still stranded at second. First pitch fastball is outside for ball 1. Lake Erie largely playing Popkins straight up. The 1-0. Fastball high for ball 2. Have to like the chances of any ball getting to the outfield of Chris Grayson being able to score with the slow turf. It's going to take a while for a baseball to reach one of the outfielders to test the speedy Grayson runner. Breaking ball, misses in the dirt, 3-0. Open base for Hagan with Popkins at the dish. Popkins has been pitched around for the past 3 or 4 series. Outside corner, strike 1. It's very important for the Wild Things around Popkins before and after him in the lineup to pick up the slack, as a lot of teams do not want to allow the veteran, the experienced outfielder to do a lot of the damage, as he leads the team in home runs, RBIs. Going to make Ricky Rodriguez and Jimmy Yezzo beat them. 3-1 on the way. Hagan comes set. There's a breaking ball in the dirt. Ball 4. Popkins walks with 2 outs. Putting 2 men on for first baseman, number 35, Jimmy Yezzo. Brian De La Rosa going out. Flashing some signs to his infielders. Have a pretty strong shift right now from Max Casper. Deep in the 4 hole. That's short right field. Trying to stop Jimmy Yezzo from pulling a ball. First pitch fastball to Yezzo, strike 1. Yezzo steps back in, 0-1 count, 2 outs. Fastball just a bit high, above the letters. Count's going to even at 1-1. Wind still blowing in strong the center. Swing and a miss on a slider. Chris Grayson able to scamper over to third, as De La Rosa was forced to block that slider, and the ball ended up behind the feet of Jimmy Yezzo, first base side. David Popkins unable to move to follow Grayson on the second on that ball in the dirt. He's going to bring the count 1-2, 2 outs. Hagan comes set. Fastball misses inside. Once again, my apologies for the angle and the issues with the shadows right now. I'm sure you guys might have a hard time seeing all of the action. Hagan shakes on the 2-2. Checks the runner at first. Comes set. Breaking ball bounces in there for ball 3. 3-2, 2 outs. For your first baseman, Jimmy Yezzo. Second on the team in RBI, second on the team in home runs on the season. One would expect David Popkins will be off on the pitch. Max Casper in shallow right. There's going to be a ground ball to Max Casper in shallow right. Flips on the first base for out number 3. Wild Things collect 2 hits, no runs. Correct myself on the board there. There is only 1 hit from that inning, a Chris Grayson double and a David Popkins walk. But the Wild Things will take 2 hits on the board. I'm sure that will be corrected here sooner or later. We're going to head to the bottom of the first. We'll paint a picture of right-handed starter Christian Powell. Thanks for joining us on this MSA production. Back to action here. All-Pro Freight Stadium here in Avon, Ohio. Right-hand starter Christian Powell will be making his 3rd start of the year, 5th appearance. Christian has 13 innings thus far, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks. He'll be starting off the ballgame against the designated hitter Rob Paller. Pitch on the way. First pitch fastball is just a bit high. Ball 1 for Powell. Minnesota Twins product. Also spent time with the Astros the past few seasons. Fastball's driven in there. Evens count 1-1. Powell pitch on the way. Ball outside brings the count 2-1. Paller, a Columbia grad. This 2016 season was his senior year. Ball in the dirt. Brings the count 3-1. Paller began his professional career in the Can-Am League, was subsequently released and then signed here by Lake Erie. 3-1 on the way. Ball fork. 5-pitch walk for Rob Paller, the leadoff man of Lake Erie. Just going to bring up third baseman Brendan Constantino. Constantino, Pittsburgh native, Geibel High School, Seton Hill grad. In his 2nd season with Lake Erie. Powell checks the runner. Comes set. First pitch fastball, strike 1. Powell's going to work with a fastball, curveball, changeup mix. Pitching off his fastball largely has a lot of late life. He's going to move the count to 0-2 on that foul ball along the first base side. Powell, a top 10 round pick of the Minnesota Twins. Strong velocity guy. I've already seen a 91, 94 on the gun here at Lake Erie. Normally he's going to pitch at 90, 92. Mix in his curveball and changeup when needed. More of a traditional power pitcher. Standing 6'4", 225. Checks Paller at first. Comes set. Hits Constantino with a breaking ball. He's going to set runners at first and second. Nobody out. Wild Things, unfortunately, have had a handful of issues with 0-2 counts here in the past 24 hours. O2 counts cost Washington Game 3 against Windy City. 0-2 pitch there. Hits Constantino high on the shoulder. Powell comes set. Facing center fielder Connor Oliver. Oliver there. Squared the bunt, pulled back. Fastball high for ball one. Kyle Pollock runs out to talk to Christian Powell. Settle things back in. Wild Things are more than welcome to take the out against the three-hole hitter if Oliver's willing to lay one down. Powell comes set. Fastball misses away. Brings the count 2-0. Powell settles back in. Ball's popped up. It's going to be shallow right field. David Popkins shielding himself from the sun. Collects that for out number one. Rob Powler with a little false tag from second to third. Nowhere close deep enough to be able to stretch that one out and tag and advance a base. Powell able to battle back from the 2-0 count to collect the first out of the ball game for the Wild Things here in the bottom of the first. It's going to bring up first baseman Jose Barraza, White Sox product, second year with Lake Erie here. Catcher first base mix. Powell comes set, checks the runner. First pitch fastball called, strike one. Wild Things defense aligned straight up across the board. Ricky Rodriguez playing behind third base bag currently. Powell comes set. Fastball misses away. Evens the count 1-1, 1 out. No hits on the board thus far for Lake Erie. Following a walk and a hit batter. Powell comes set to face the lefty. Misses away for ball two. With Powell pitching off his fastball, it's very important for him to get ahead, utilize that fastball, put hitters in bad counts. Comes set on the 2-1. Fastball misses up and away. 3-1, 1 out. Powell battling himself a little bit here with his location early. Comes set. Fouled straight back. Going to bring the count full. Full count, 1 out. Against Lake Erie's cleanup hitter. Barraza moved to first base largely. Probably after the first 20 games or so. Allowed Brian De La Rosa and other catchers on roster to man behind the plate. Full count. Fastball misses up and away. It's going to walk the bases loaded.
Now batting for your Lake Erie Crushers, the shortstop, number 9, Eric Grabe.
It's going to bring up the shortstop, number 9, Eric Grabe. Ready on righty action. Wild Things. Corner infielders even with the bag. Middle infielders pinch back looking for double play ball. First pitch fastball driven in there, strike one. Powell going through the signs with Clinton, Ohio native Kyle Pollock. Line drive right center gap. That ball is going to get down. It's going to slowly roll to the wall, and it's going to largely clear the bases here. Barraza rolling around third. No chance to get him. Graves able to stroll into third following the throw home by Grant Fink. Three 0 Lake Erie here in the bottom of the first. Graves ends up on third. Most likely going to be officially scored a triple straight up. Wild Things infield is drawn in. Sean Hurley hit by the pitch. He's going to set runners up at first and third. Quick action for the Wild Things in the bullpen. Left-hander number 27, Matt Snyder, takes his sweatshirt off as Steve Solkowski and a little bit of movement out in the right field bullpen. Certainly not the way the Wild Things want to begin this ball game. Threatened with a lead or a one-out double by Chris Grayson. Failed to do much with it after a David Popkins walk and a Jimmy Yezzo ground ball. Lake Erie handed 3 runs largely this inning. Walk, hit batter, walk, and a line drive to the gap, able to clear the bases. No hits on the board. Sorry, 1 hit on the board. It's not on the board yet for Lake Erie. First and third, 1 out. Parker Norris, the right fielder, to the plate. First pitch fastball called, strike 1. Christian Powell going through the signs. See if he can limit the damage here. Come set. Breaking ball outside. 1-1. Powell comes set. Fastball fouled off the foot of Parker Norris. Wild Things in absolute dire straits with any type of playoff hopes. They need to win every ball game in this 3-game series, and they're required to have River City lose all 3 ball games to Southern Illinois. So a Wild Things loss of any of these 3 games or River City win of any of their 3 games, playoff hopes are mathematically eliminated, mathematically off the table. Powell on the way. Breaking ball fouled straight back. It's going to bring the count 1-2, 1 out. Powell checks the runner at first. Sean Hurley comes set. Ball painted on the outside corner. Strike 3. It's going to be the second out of the inning for your Wild Things here in the bottom of the first. It's going to bring up the catcher, number 30, Brian De La Rosa. Powell has to take this upon himself to clean up his own mess, settle back down if he wants to last in this ball game. If not, with Wild Things situation in the standings, expect Matt Snyder to come into the game relatively quickly. First pitch fastball called, strike 1 to De La Rosa, sorry. Powell checks Hurley at first, comes set. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball down in the zone. One, 2 outs for your Wild Things, bottom 1. For fastball fouled straight back for strike 2. Advantage count for Christian Powell, coming off injury following his time with the Astros. Comes set, pitch on the way. Breaking ball, strike 3. 3 outs for your Wild Things. 3 runs handed to Lake Erie. 3 runners reached via walk. 2 by walk, 1 by hit batter, and Eric Grabe able to line a gap shot, clear the bases. Wild Things trail 3-0, entering the top of the second inning. Thanks for joining us on this MSA production. come back to action here a little bit early and paint the picture of Lake Erie's right-handed starter, Steve Hagen. Hagen on the year, 6-6 record. This will be his 20th start, 21st appearance. 105 innings of work, 86 strikeouts, 34 walks, a batting average against of .284. Hagen, the only current Lake Erie Crusher pitcher over 100 innings. In comparison, your Wild Things have 2 on the year. Trevor Foss, who was picked up by the Cleveland Indians, was over 100 at his time. Matt Frodden, 113. Chase Cunningham, one out away. He's at 99 2/3. Luke Wilkins at 98 2/3. So just a little bit of a comparison. Wild Things able to keep the majority of their pitching staff intact, and those guys have done their job of eating innings and leading the Wild Things pitching staff to a top 5 Frontier League ERA on the year. It's going to bring up top of the second baseman, number 33, Grant Fink. Fink doubled last night to break the no-hitter of Clay Chapman. First pitch fastball driven in there, strike 1. Wild Things trail 3-0. See if they can chip their way back into the ball game. Swing and a foul. Brings count 0-2. Fink, Gonzalez, Pollock here in the bottom of the second. Fink pops up this breaking ball. Max Casper strolls back to shallow right, makes the grab. Out number 1. Wild Things in the past 10 games struggling to get that 2-out hit to put themselves in a good position. Alvaro Gonzalez steps in, the pure rookie out of Houston, Texas. First pitch, fouled fastball down the third base line, strike 1. Gonzalez adjusting to the pro game from his college season that just wrapped up. Count's going to even at 1-1. Alvaro digs back in. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Brings the count 1-2. Wild Things have been in a search for a designated hitter here that's going to help produce the rest of the way. This breaking ball is fouled out of play, third base side. Justin Garcia is DH'd. Gonzalez is DH'd. Pollock is DH'd when he wasn't catching. The 1-2 on the way. Fastball misses away. Jimmy Yezzo was largely a DH before Logan Ux's retirement. Had Wild Things searching for that next bat to play every day. This breaking ball is chopped. Steve Hagen bared hands, throws along the first. Gets Gonzalez for out number 2. Nifty play by Hagen. It was a long run for him. Coming down the third base line after the ball was chopped just in front of the plate. Thought initially he was going to be able to make that play relatively easy. My angle, once again, is not conducive to judging much on the field. Hagen was forced to go to the bare hand. Off-balance throw. Barraza makes the stretch for out number 2. Bringing up the catcher, number 15, Kyle Pollock. The Ohio native sets in with 2 outs here in the top of the second. First pitch fastball, strike 1. Oh, 1, 2 outs. Hagen has his pitch, winds and delivers. Breaking ball down. Count evens 1-1. Shadows slowly leaving the ballpark here. Wind still blowing in. Firm. Pollock fouls that, third base side. 1-2. All Pro Freight Stadium, not a hitter-friendly ballpark tonight or any time of the year in the summer months with the wind shifts. Breaking ball's fouled. Third base side. Count remains 1-2. Visiting Avon, Ohio in May, the wind was blowing out to right. Talking to the staff and players throughout the season here, it's not been too friendly for guys to get some gust out. Kyle Pollock fouls his breaking ball straight back. See if De La Rosa is going to have a play, and he does not. Ball lands second row behind home plate. Count remains 1-2. Pollock settles back in. Hagen going through his signs, shakes and has his pitch now. Ball's popped up. It's going to be close. This one's going to get out of play. Third base side. Constantino and Gray run out of room. Ball lands on the concourse here. It's going to keep the count 1-2, 2 outs. Austin Wilbrook on deck. Fastball away. 2's on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 hit on the board for your Wild Things so far. Breaking ball, strike 3. It's 3 outs here in the top of the second inning. Wild Things trail 3-0. Both teams with 1 hit on the board. Lake Erie, 3 runs on the board thus far. We're going to pause, return in the bottom of the second. Thanks for joining us here in Avon, Ohio. Back to action here. Bottom of the second inning. Washington Wild Things versus Lake Erie Crushers. Game 1 of the last scheduled 3 games of the season. Christian Powell got himself into a little bit of trouble. Leadoff walk, hit batter, another walk. All 3 runs driven in on an Eric Gray line drive over Grant Fink to right center. It's going to bring up second baseman Max Casper, number 4. First pitch fastball, high, ball 1. It's going to be the battle of the stirrups here. Christian Powell wearing his stirrups on the mound. Max Casper wearing his at the dish. 1-0 delivered in there for strike 1. Danny Poma is a noted syrup wearer in terms of 2014, 2015. That was his style. 1-1, low and away. Christian Powell, the first Wild Things player this season to bust out the stirrups. 2-1 on the way. Ball check, swung, and it's going to bleed just inside the right field line. Cap shot. A little wind aided that is able to die and sit right on the line for a single to Max Casper. Going to turn the lineup over, leadoff man, the Ivy Leaguer Rob Power. Powell checks Casper at first, picks, and Max slides in there safely. Wind shifted a little bit from straight into toward third base. Popped up. Right field. David Popkins strolls into the shade. Tracks it. Makes the catch for out number 1. Popkins today during batting practice and battling the sun more than anybody in terms of the direction of the stadium. Between the wind and the sun, it was an adventure out there for Popkins to catch some early reps during batting practice. It's going to bring up third baseman Brennan Constantino. 1 out. Constantino hit with an 0-2 breaking ball in the first. Fastball down in the zone, ball 1. Powell comes set. 1 out pitch on the way. Fouled out of play. Just to the first base side of home plate. Kyle Pollock turns and takes a look. Runs out of room pretty quickly. Powell going through his signs with the 1-1. Ball's popped up. See if Jimmy Izzo has enough room with the swirling wind trickling toward the wall. Runs out. Runs out of room as he's about to collide with cement and metal barriers separating the field of play. Long run for Izzo going with his back toward the field. Try to make an over-the-shoulder catch. Count's going to roll 1-2. See if Powell can execute a little bit better in this advantage count. He picks, and Casper strolls in there safely, standing up. Powell comes set. Ball's popped up again. Popkins running in. Fink running out. Fink makes a sliding catch in fair territory for out number 2. Very nice play by Fink. Long run. Calling off Popkins. Had to go to the slide. I was looking to see home plate umpire's call if it was going to be a fair or foul ball just in case that ball lands fair. It's going to kick into the Wild Things bullpen, and Max Casper might get the third, but Fink able to make the grab for out number 2. Brings up Connor Oliver. First pitch fastball, swing, and 2-hopper to Fink. 4-3 for out number 3. No runs on 1 hit. Max Casper left at first base following his leadoff single. Wild Things remain trailing 3-0. Game 1 of the 3-game series in Avon, Ohio. We're going to pause. Return in top of the third. Back to action here. Top of the third inning. Wild Things versus their Frontier League rival, Lake Erie Crushers. Leading off in the top of the third, it's going to be your shortstop, number 8, Austin Wobrock. While Wobrock going through his routine, settles in. Facing the right-hander, Steve Hagan still. Third inning of work, has allowed 1 base hit. First pitch, grounded to second base. Max Casper, 4-3. Out number 1. Just going to turn the lineup over. Leadoff man, left fielder, number 7, Andrew Heck. Heck retired on strikes in the top of the first. Flashes bunt, pulls back. Ball 1. Settles back in, righty on righty action. Fastball down, 2-0 count. On the way. Ball driven the left field line. That's going to be fair. Andrew Heck rolling around first. Going to be able to cruise in there for a double. It's the ball hit off the wall in foul territory after landing fair. Picked up by the left fielder, Sean Hurley. No chance to get the speedy Heck. It's a 1-out double. Bringing up the center fielder, number 3, Chris Grayson. Grayson, first at bat, had a 1-out double of his own. Right center, 1 hopping. Despite the strong wind that is now shifted back towards straight, blowing straight in. Heck has his lead at second. Grayson grounds at the first. Barraza fields it, takes it himself. Out number 2. Two outs. Heck's able to move up 90 feet following the ground out to the first baseman. Third baseman Ricky Rodriguez steps in. Hagan working out of the stretch. Out of the windup, sorry. Breaking ball in there, strike 1. Watching Andrew Heck dance a little bit down there along the third base side. He's getting relatively far and bouncing back and forth. Swing and a miss on the 0-1. Slider low and away to Rodriguez. Brings the count 0-2. These 2-out situations large for Washington if they want to make these last 3 games interesting whatsoever. Need someone to step up to provide an opportunity. The 0-2, fastball outside, back throw to try to get Andrew Heck as he was dancing around. No, not very close at all. Slides in. Constantino doesn't even apply the tag. 1-2 to Rodriguez. This breaking ball's popped up. Oliver has it measured. A few steps in. Out number 3. Wild Things fail to score despite a 1-out double as they did in the first inning. Score remains 3-0. We're going to break and return the action, bottom of the third. Back to action here. Bottom of the third. Wild Things still trail 3-0 after giving up 3 runs in the first inning. 3 RBI triple. Eric Grabe, courtesy of 2 walks and a hit batter. Wild Things looking for that magic themselves to shake off the current struggles of the dish the past 5-10 games. Wild Things facing 4, 5, and 6 this inning. First baseman Jose Barraza. Barraza walked first go around. Christian Powell misses ball 1. Wild Things shifting on Barraza. Grand Fink backs up to shallow right. Austin Wobark playing over the second base bag. 1-0 is low. 2-0. On the way. Swing and a miss. Count goes 2-1. Righty on lefty action here. Bottom 3. Powell's pitch on the way. Swing and a foul. Evens the count 2-2. Another chilly day here. Life on the road. More sweatshirts and jackets than I've seen in a long time. Swing and a miss. Fastball. Barraza's retired for out number 1. Ball goes around the diamond. Powell shaking his arm a little bit. With his return from injury, hoping that's not anything that he's feeling for his sake. First pitch in there is ball 1. The 1-0 has popped up. At the dish is number 9, Eric Grabe, sorry. Grabe responsible for all 3 runs being driven in. The 1-1 up and in. Two, 1 out. Wind and delivers. Fastball popped up, out of play. Evens the count again to 2-2. Shadows largely have gone away here at All-Pro Freight Stadium. 2-2 pitch. Foul straight back off the mask of Kyle Pollock. Pollock taking his fair share of beatings throughout the year. Foul balls off the shoulder, the mask. A concussion that he had to battle through. Hitting the spine last home series. Ball popped up. Wind's going to give Yezo a long run, and it lands 5-6 rows deep. Foul territory. Not if the gusts aren't as strong as they are right now. That ball lands 10 feet in playing territory. Watching the ball fly in the air and take off to the right as David Popkins shifts even closer to the right field line to adjust for the wind. Breaking ball outside. Count goes full against Grabe. Powell's pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Nope, we got a foul tip. Originally thought Powell was able to get a chase there, and quickly seeing Pollock's reaction, that ball fouled and Caught him in the leg as he shakes it off. Umpire behind the plate buying him a little bit of time to let the sting go away. We'll do another full count. Pitch on the way. Fastball outside, ball 4. Another walk for Powell, who only entered the ballgame with 3 walks. Fighting a little bit of his control this game, early and often. Base runners have reached all 3 innings thus far. Against the righty. Has his pitch, come set. Sean Hurley fouls that ball straight back out of the stadium. Hurley geared up on that fastball. Not able to do anything with it. Count goes 0-1. Powell checks, come set. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by Pollock. 1's on the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Ricky Rodriguez playing behind the third base bag. Middle infielders looking for a ground ball here that they can quickly turn. Fastball down, ball 2. Powell's last scheduled start of the 2016 season. Come set, 2-1 on the way. Chop back to Powell. Throws the second for 1. Unable to turn it for the third out. Low throw Wobrock had to adjust to. Ball chopped off the turf here. Didn't really have a chance. Hurley moves pretty well for a big guy. Wild Things 2 outs. Bottom of the 3rd, still trailing 3-0. Sean Hurley reaches on the fielder's choice, bringing up Parker Norris, the right fielder. 2 out bunt attempt. Kyle Pollock plays it in foul territory for strike 1. So interested to see if Kyle Pollock was going to play that in fair territory. Try to collect the quick out against the left-handing hitting right fielder. Pollock decided no need to risk it. Let the ball roll foul. Ricky Rodriguez now moves up to play even with the bag. Ball's popped up. Left field. Wynn's going to hold this ball up forever. Andrew Heck settles, makes the catch. Third out of the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 man left on base for Lake Erie. We're going to enter the top of the 4th inning. Wild Things still trailing 3-0. Thanks for joining us. 3 more ball games in the 2016 season. Appreciate your support from Game 1 all the way through the season. We're going to pause and get back to action. We're back here, top of the 4th inning, Wild Things Baseball 2016. Wild Things 2 hits on the board thus far. A one-out double by Chris Grayson in the first. A one-out double by Andrew Heck in the third. Wild Things no runs on the board so far. Trailing 3-0. Lake Erie 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors. One big blow in the first, driving in all 3 runs. Christian Powell trying to settle back in. Steve Hagan on for his 4th inning of work. He's going to be facing 4, 5, and 6 of your Wild Things lineup. David Popkins, Jimmy Yezzo, Grant Fink. Popkins last time, full count walk on a breaking ball that missed down. Sorry, I believe 3-1, 3-2. First pitch fastball, strike 1. That's the downfall of not having game notes. Going off my memory for everything I'm calling here. 0-1 on the way. Fastball misses in. Evens count 1-1. Popkins, San Diego native. Long-time Cardinals prospect. 1-1 on the way. Ball driven straight away. Wynn's going to hold it. Is he going to have enough room? Yes, he does. Connor Oliver able to make the running grab just in front of the track because of the wind. That had a home run off the bat. Want to delay before expecting that ball to drop with the way the weather's playing today. Popkins, nothing he could do. Gets every ounce of that ball, just not the right day, not the right ballpark. 1 out, Jimmy Yezzo, first baseman, facing Hagan. Yezzo fouls his fastball out of play. Max Casper shifts back out to shallow right field, where Yezzo hit a ground ball last time. Yezzo settles in with the 0-1. Fastball down ball. This playing surface, this weather is very conducive of trying to single a team to death. You're not going to expect a lot of home runs, a bloop and a blast. Not going to happen. Jimmy Yezzo smokes one hop. Shortstop, across the diamond, 6-3. As I noted, it's a facility, it's a weather that's lined up for teams that's going to get 4 or 5 singles in a row, or a walk and a couple singles. A bloop and a blast is not very fair to expect today. See if the Wild Things can try to adjust their style of play or find some holes today. Grant Fink, 2 outs, drives this ball, warning track, high and deep. Wynn holds it up. Out number 3. Fink gets every ounce of that one. Not the day, not the facility you want to be hitting these balls at. Popkins and Fink drive 2 balls deep to the track. Wild Things unable to score. Through 4 at-bats for the Wild Things. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. We're going to be in the bottom of the 4th. Wild Things trail 3-0. Back to action, bottom of the 4th inning. Got to see a good portion of the Dizzy Bat race here at All Pro Freight Stadium. One of the contestants ended up falling on his face in camera view for your enjoyment. Christian Powell on for his 4th inning of work, facing catcher Brian De La Rosa. Brian De La Rosa struck out on a breaking ball in the first. Ground ball, Backhand the Wobrock long throw. One hops it over. Jimmy Yezzo picks it out. Out number 1. Benefit of some slow turf there. Consol Park, other turf venues, that ball probably gets through the 6-hole. Here, Wobrock's able to take another step, plant, and fire, throwing out the catcher for out number 1. Max Casper, second at bat of the ball game, hit a cap shot over the right field, or toward the right field line, his last at bat. Fastball taken, ball 1. Casper dancing around there, looking to try to lay a bunt down. Pulls back for ball 1. Powell's pitch on the way. Fastball down. 2-0. Chris Grayson shifts toward the right field side of center field. 2-0 is away. Ball 3. 3-0, 1 out. 9-hole batter of Lake Erie. Powell delivers. Strike 1. Three 1. Nobody on. Fastball called strike 2. Casper settles back in. Stirrups battle off once again here in the 4th. Powell delivers. Popkins run down the right field line. Wind blows that ball out of play. That's a F9 in the making. Off the bat. Wind jets that ball 4 or 5 rows deep into the stands behind the Wild Things bullpen. We're going to go full count, 1 out again. Casper settles in. Fastball, ball 4. 4 straight innings for Lake Erie with a hitter reaching base. Pitch count for Powell getting up there relatively fast because of that situation. Lineup turns over. Rob Powler for his 3rd at-bat. Powell comes set. Fastball high, ball 1. Pollock runs out to talk to Christian. Two talk briefly. Just have to control the game. Save yourself the extra hard work, the extra stressful, the amount of stressful innings in terms of just the walks racking up for Powell. 1-0 away, 2-0 count. Righty on lefty action. Run on first, Max Casper reached via walk. Powell on the way. Fastball down on the zone, but called strike number 1. Fastball at the knees there for Christian Powell. Powell comes set. Fastball up and away. Three 1, 1 out. Leadoff man, Rob Powler. Pure rookie from University of Columbia. Or Columbia University, one or the other. Ball popped up. Ricky Rodriguez is going to take benefit of the wind holding that one into play for out number 2. Certainly do not know the difference between if it's Columbia University, University of Columbia. I do not have a Ivy League degree, so I can't answer that to the best of my knowledge. 2 outs. Brendan Constantino, third baseman, to the dish. Powell delivers. Fastball outside. Ball 1. Powell comes set with the 1-0. Ball fouled out of play for strike number 1. 1-1, 2 outs. Max Casper on first, reached via walk. Second time reaching base for Max. Powell comes set. Check, and yes, that's a strike. 1-2. Constantino talking to the home plate umpire. Is it on the check? Is it on the swing? With how emphatic that was, I'm going to go is on the pitch, not on the check. 1-2, 2 outs. Pitch on the way. Pick over to first. Casper slides in there safely. Powell checks the sign. Check the runner. Breaking ball. Fouled third base side. Casper off on the pitch. Things are going to reset here in the bottom of the 4th. Both team with 2 hits. Christian Powell getting himself in trouble more with the walks. That's the difference so far. Fastball not going to get that call. Count's going to even. 2's on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Powell checks the runner. Comes set. Ball grounded, and it's going to find the middle. Base hit for Constantino on a ground ball. Just out of the reach of a sliding Wobrock on the slow turf. Center fielder Connor Oliver walking to the dish. Oliver, long run on the warning track catch of David Popkins last inning for out number 1. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Powell comes set. Called strike 1 fastball. Connor Oliver, you see a lot of moving parts. Hands up and down, bat back and forth, a little bit of a leg kick generating some power. Open stance. Powell checks, delivers. Ground ball is going to find the middle again. Runner's going to score, plating the 4th run. Wild Things bullpen going to work again. Looks like Matt Snyder's going to get back up. Runners on first and third following the 2-out single of Connor Oliver. Stretching this lead 4-0. Jose Barraza, first baseman, steps in. Two ground balls that just find the hole for base hits. Been the difference the past 4 or 5 games for your Wild Things. First pitch fastball swung and missed. Wild Things have not got that break, have not got that 2-out hit, have not created their own luck or just found any luck. Powell comes set. Oliver takes off. Ball popped up, out of play, third base side. Fair to expect this is Powell's last inning of work. Some 2-out ground balls have allowed Lake Erie to score this inning. Powell comes set. The 0-2. Fastball up and away. Powell's velocity starting to take a hit with his pitch count getting up there. He saw a lot of 90s, 91s, even a 94 early. Seeing more in the 80s right now. As he comes set, checks, and picks. Oliver safely standing on first before Yezzo's able to swipe him with the tag. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball. Barraza to a knee, strikes out, throws the bat. Out number 3. Lake Erie, 1 run on 1 hit. Interesting note off memory, all 4 runs that are plated thus far were reached. All 4 runs that have crossed the plate reached via walk or hit batter. All 3 in the first, and Max Casper this inning reached via walk. Entering top of the 5th, Wild Things now trail 4-0. We'll pause, get back to action. Back to action, top of the 5th inning, Washington Wild Things baseball, 2016. Wild Things trail 4-0. Alvaro Gonzalez stepping to the dish. Gonzalez chopped the ball in front of the plate. Hagan, bare hand, threw him out for out number 1. The righty settles back in. Fastball misses, ball 1. Gonzalez, pure R1, Houston, Texas. Native. Fastball down in the zone, ball 2. New Mexico Highlands grad. Played collegiately with Mike Marshall, who was his hitting coach there. Strong senior year for Alvaro. Fastball fouled straight back. Count goes 2-1. Gonzalez, solidly built kid, third baseman by trade, can play some first base at 6'4". 2-1 on the way. Fastball fouled straight back. Evens the count to 2s. 2-2, nobody out here in the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss on a slider, strike 3. Difference of a ball game so far, you look at it, Lake Erie has had 4 innings where their leadoff man's reached. Wild Things have not had anyone reach to lead off an inning. Kyle Pollock steps in with 1 out. First pitch fastball, ball 1. High and inside. Both Wild Things hits, 1 out, doubles. Chris Grayson, Andrew Heck. Different innings. The 1-0. Fastball fouled, third base side. One on the way, rock and fire. Slider low and away. Lake Erie 4 hits, 1 triple, 3 singles. Pollock settles in 2-1. 2-1 popped. See if they're going to have enough room over there. Left field line, long run. Sean Hurley makes the basket catch, I believe. I had the Lake Erie bullpen all stand up in front of me. Pollock strolls back to the dugout, so that's going to be out number 2. Shortstop Austin Wilbrock grounded out his first at bat to Max Casper. Wilbrock settles in, trying to stop the Wild Things going 1-2-3. Slider ball 1. The third year with Washington for Wilbrock. Fastball, evens count 1-1. Wilbrock, your 2015 representative at the Frontier League All-Star Game. 1-1. Balls fly to left. Hurley's able to track her down. Goes to a knee, makes the catch. Out number 3. Wild Things retired in order. 1-2-3. Trailing 4-0, game 1 of the final 3 games of the season. Back to action here, bottom 5th. Washington Wild Things, Lake Erie Crushers. Pitching change. Entering the ball game, number 27, left-hander Matt Snyder. Snyder acquired following his release of the Fargo Red Hawks of the American Association. Snyder on the year, 4 appearances, 3 starts, 14 innings, 14 strikeouts, 7 walks, a 5.65 ERA. Snyder, a staple in the rotation for a while with Washington. Moved to the bullpen in favor of left-handed pitcher Brandon Bixler. After that interesting doubleheader against Traverse City, if anyone listening was present. Error-filled, long, ugly ball game. Wild Things were able to outscore Traverse in game 2 of the doubleheader after game 1 went into extras. Snyder battled control issues, some errors, 1 error of himself, and subsequently moved to the bullpen for the pure rookie. Pitched a whole college season, so had 60-some innings under his arm before turning professional with Fargo. Snyder facing Grab here. Delivers, first pitch fastball, strike 1. Snyder fastball, slider, changeup guy. Got a check on that slider to push the count 0-2. Snyder's mechanically very similar to Chris Sale. That is one of his nicknames on the team, just Chris Sale. Slider bounces in there, 1-2. Very whippy, loose arm from the left-hander. Goes from the pause set position to little herky-jerky, quick wind-up. Fastball misses inside, ball 2. If Snyder's around the zone, he's very hard to handle. Hitters don't like facing him. Just has to get himself in the counts. that benefit him and limit his walks. Count goes full for the lefty. Snyder is best described as effectively wild. 7 walks in his 14 innings. Ball's fouled off, third base side. Count remains full. Snyder and Pollock go through their signs. Come set, pitch on the way. Ball driven for a single. Chris Grayson able to cut it off. Grabe gonna hold. Almost slips and able to scamper back to first.
Now batting for your Lake Erie Thrusters, left fielder number 15, Sean Hurley.
That's 5 innings, 5 leadoff men reaching base for Lake Erie. Trying to keep track just so I can jinx it so it will stop happening. Nobody out. Sean Hurley, fastball down in the zone. Count goes 1-0. Snyder working out of the stretch with a runner on first. Lefty on righty action. Fastball, nope, doesn't get the call. Outside. It's going to go 2-0. Snyder settles in, checks and delivers. Smash to left field. Andrew Heck's not going to be able to get it over his head. Third base coach waving him around. Let's see if we're going to have a play at the plate. We're not. Runner scores. No out double for Sean Hurley. Stretches the lead to 5. Ball able to slice through the wind to get over the head of Andrew Heck in left center. It's going to bring up right fielder Parker Norris. Hurley on second, nobody out. 2 hits to start this bottom 5th. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Oh, 1, nobody out. Snyder set. Bunts back to Snyder. Turns and throws to Yezo. Out number 1. Hurley able to move up 90 feet on that bunt. Wild Things infield is going to be drawn in here. Facing Brian De La Rosa, the catcher, number 30. With Wild Things offensive struggles here the past 10 days, 5 is a number they'd like to keep it at. Pitch on the way. Ball fouled out. Fastball. Snyder comes set. Slider bounces in there. Evens count at 1-1. Frustrating road trip for your Wild Things after winning Game 1. Windy City failed to take advantage of River City getting swept by Florence to get back in and or overtake the play or the wild card. 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss on a fastball. River City swept by Florence. Wild Things unable to gain any ground. Forced to sweep this series just to keep it interesting. Swing and a miss on a slider. Out number 2. Two outs. Max Casper to the dish, hitting 9th. frustration, disappointment. I'm sure the two words thus far over the past 4 games. Just the recent performances for guys. First pitch fastball misses low and in. With what's at stake, guys' careers coming to an end and performances not being good enough. Fastball swing and miss. One, 2 outs. Snyder versus Casper. Swing and a miss. Casper settles back in. 1-2, 2 outs. Snyder checks. Swing and a miss slider. Strikes out Casper. Throw on the first. Wild Things limit the damage only to 1. Lake Erie stretches it 5-0. Wild Things no hits, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. Lake Erie 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Entering top of the 6th. Wild Things trail. We're going to pause and get back to action. Back to action here, Avon, Ohio. Game 1 of the 3-game series. Wild Things and Crushers. Wild Things officially eliminated with a loss. Not going to scoreboard watch anything else, but a loss tonight officially eliminates your Wild Things from any playoff hopes. Trailing 5-0. 4 at-bats remain. Things are going to begin with your leadoff man, Andrew Heck. Heck strikeout and doubled. Struck out in the first, doubled his second at-bat, left field line with 1 out. 1 of 2 Wild Things with hits thus far. Hagan on his mound for his 6th inning of work. First pitch fastball, high ball 1. No action in Lake Erie's bullpen, none in the Wild Things currently. The 1-0 on the way. Change up. Misses. 2-0. Righty on righty action. Wind still blowing straight in. Ball driven to right center. It's going to get down. See if Andrew Heck can test it. It's going to get to the wall. Andrew Heck's going to turn first, turn second, come 3. He's going to get in there with a triple. Connor Oliver had a hard time picking that ball off the turf against the wall. Andrew Heck noticed that. Strolled into third with a triple. First Wild Things player to reach with no outs this ball game. Wild Things would have benefited with no win today. Would have benefited from probably 3 home runs. Chris Grayson double that would have been out. David Popkins hit a ball that would have been out. And Grant Fink would have hit a ball that would have got out. Chris Grayson, no one out. Chris Grayson pops this ball up. See if the wind's going to aid it, or are we going to get out of play? Out of play on the concourse for strike number 1. Heck's on third following a leadoff triple to the right center field gap. Andrew Heck, a self-anointed gap hitter. That's his bread and butter. Doesn't work the lines too much. One of your Wild Things' most intelligent hitters. Grayson settles in. Grayson fouls a fastball straight back. 0-2. Very important for Grayson, Heck, Popkins, Rodriguez, Yezo, Fink, somebody, and top 6 guys on the lineup have to drive the machine. Allow the 6, 7, 8, 9 guys to chip in appropriately with runners on base. Breaking pitch misses away. Count goes 1-2. Swing and a miss. Out number 1. He's going to bring up Rodriguez, number 31. Andrew Heck on third with 1 out. Jose Barraza drawn in on the right side at first base. Everyone else in the infield's playing deep, allowing the Wild Things to hit a ground ball to score this run. Smokes a line drive. Hagen, no play. Hagen crushing the shoulder with that Rodriguez line drive. Laid there, rolled around, picked the ball up. Looked like he was going to try to flip it home to get Heck. No chance. Then just threw it blindly to first base, hoping that Barraza was going to be there. No chance to get Rodriguez. Trainer and staff go out to check on Hagen. Manager Cam Roth signaling to the bullpen to get somebody stretched as Hagen wore that ball in the shoulder. See if he's going to be able to continue, or nope. We're going to have a pitching change. Precautionary, I'm sure. Lake Erie's reliever will have as much time as he needs to get loose, so we'll pause entirely and get back to action. Thanks for joining us for this MSA production of Washington Wild Things Baseball. We're back. Action here, Avon, Ohio. Sorry for the prolonged delay as new pitcher Manny Arciniega had as many pitches as he felt necessary to get loose following the injury of starter Steve Hagan after Ricky Rodriguez smoked him with a line drive back to the mound. Arciniega, 2.94 ERA, 30 innings of work, 33 strikeouts. Doing a very good job limiting batters to hitting 163 against them. Manager Cam Roth going to Manny Arciniega is to try to kill any type of threat here for your Wild Things, and Wild Things looking to climb back into the ballgame, trailing 5-1. David Popkins steps in to face Arciniega for his first batter. Flashy little step off, stare down of Ricky. Comes set. Swing and a miss. Ball 3 feet in front of the plate for Popkins. Not a swing he'll be very happy about. 0-1, 1 out. Popkins geared up on a fastball there, for obviously looking to ambush the guy fresh out of the bullpen, trying to get ahead of a hitter, and Arciniega drops in a breaking pitch. 0-1 on the way. Another breaking pitch. De La Rosa is able to shoulder off and hold Rodriguez there at first. Popkins, Yezzo, Fink. Hopefully all to bat this inning to face the righty. Manny comes set. Pitch on the way. Fastball by Popkins. Count goes 1-2. One, two, 1 out. Wild Things able to plate a run thanks to a Andrew Heck triple and a Ricky Rodriguez single here in the 6th inning. 1-2, 1 out. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Out number 2. Wild Things first baseman coming to the plate. Number 35, Jimmy Yezzo. Wind still gusting in, as it's been all day. Not slowing down. Straight in from center field. Fastball, strike 1. Casper shifted back out to shallow right. Rodriguez on first following his 1-out single. Yezzo digs back in. Smash to Casper. Baubles recovers. Able to get Yezzo 4-3 for out number 3. Wild Things put 1 on the board. Rodriguez singles in Heck. Next 2 batters retired. We're going to go bottom of the 6th, 5-1. Wild Things trail. Return here, game 1 of a 3-game series. Washington Wild Things, Lake Erie Crushers. All-Pro Freight Stadium, Avon, Ohio. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Matt Snyder out for his second inning of work. Allowed 1 run his first inning. Wild Things able to answer with 1 run of their own. Rob Power, leadoff man, facing off against the left-hander Snyder. Snyder comes set. Fastball down and away. Ball 1. Called fastball. Strike 1. Count evens up 1-1. Just outside. Evens the count. Sorry, brings the count 2-1. Snyder winds and delivers. Down and away. 3-1. Lake Erie scoreboard testing me throughout the night. Counts, outs, hits, runs on the board, all been jumbled. And 3-1, fouled straight back. At one point, the score was 10-1. Had to get that straightened out. I swear I didn't miss that many runs. 5-1, full count. Rob Power versus Matt Snyder. Ball's popped up. It's going to stay in the infield. The wind's going to soak that one up. Austin Wobrock drifting with it throughout. Makes the catch for out number 1. Brendan Constantino walks to the dish with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Fastball away, brings count 1-0. Fastball down, makes the count 2-0. Snyder going through the signs, has his pitch, winds and delivers. Gonna bleed over to the right-hand side. Grant Fink able to make the catch for out number 2. And it's gonna bring up the center fielder, Connor Oliver. Oliver singled his last at bat up the middle. Him and Constantino were able to roll ground balls up the middle to score a run. Snyder pitch on the way. Fastball down and away. One 0 count, 2 outs. No action in the Wild Things bullpen. Snyder hangs and delivers. Not gonna get it. 2-0. I'm off angle, but thought that got the outside corner based on Kyle Pollock's reaction. Fastball, there it is, 2-1. Not the most conducive angle to broadcast the game. A lot of the field, a lot of the action you fans are unable to soak up because of the location of the press box. 2-1, fouled straight back. Makes calling a game extremely hard for me. Not only do I not have any experience broadcasting ball games, makes my life a little bit harder, not being able to see everything entirely, down the lines, where the pitch is. Swing and a miss fastball. 94 on the gun, very interesting. Left-hander Snyder reaches back and fires that one past Connor Oliver for out number 3. Going to the top of the 7th, Wild Things trail 5-1. 3 at-bats left for your Wild Things here, game 1 of the series. Return to action here. Avon, Ohio. Wild Things trailing 5-1 in this ballgame. Another pitching change for Lake Erie. Number 12. Chandler Jagodzinski. 1.75 ERA, 3-3 record. Very strong numbers on the year for Chandler. He's going to be going off facing Grant Fink to start the inning. Wild Things need to turn momentum or they're going to see their playoff hopes disappear. First pitch, ball 1. 1-0 to Fink. Drove a ball deep to the warning track in the left field here. Ball smoked to the left field line. Foul. Had to get off my chair there, see where that ball was going to land. Fink, the ball he drove to the left here at All-Pro Freight Stadium would have been overall 3 tiers of signage at Consol Energy Park. Fink settles back in. 1-1. Righty on righty action. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Chandler has a sign. Come set. Check hold. De La Rosa wants to appeal. The correct call is made. No swing. Fink settles in 2-2. Slider away. Just pause there for a moment as they played snap back on that check between pitches on that check swing of Fink. I was trying to see if they were referencing some type of baseball movement action with the snapback, but if it's just the song, it's just the song. Count goes full. 3-2. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Swing and popped up. Connor Oliver coming in. Makes the catch. Out number 1 here, top of the 7th. More action in Lake Erie's bullpen as they are in need to win every game themselves to have any type of hope for the playoffs, but if River City wins any of their last 3 games, it doesn't matter. Alvaro Gonzalez, first pitch fastball, strike 1. 0-1, 1 out, righty on righty again. Pitch on the way. Fastball up and away. Evens the count. 1-1, 1 out. Wild Things 1 run on 4 hits. Gonzalez settles in. Fouls a fastball off his shin. First strike number 2. The 1-2 on the way. Swing and chop foul. We're going to reset and 1-2 again. Swing and a miss. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th.
Now batting for the Wild Things here, catcher number 15, Kyle Pollock.
Kyle Pollock settles in. 2 outs. First pitch slider, ball 1. One 0 pitch on the way. Kyle Pollock smashes it in the 6 hole for a base hit.
Now batting for the Wild Things, there's shortstop number 8, Austin Woodruff.
Austin Wilbrock, the shortstop, coming to the plate. Wilbrock hits with Pollock on first. First pitch fastball, strike 1. Wild Things in need of at least 4 runs here. 0-1, 2 outs. Change up, misses outside. Wild Things, all 5 hits. Only one of them was with nobody out. Wild Things had their leadoff man reach 1 inning, and that was the inning we scored. Chandler comes set. Grounded. Gonna be fielded by Casper. I'll pass along to Barraza. 4-3. Out number 3. We're going to go to the bottom of the 7th. We're going to pause for the 7th inning stretch and get you back the action. 2 more at-bats for your Wild Things, facing elimination. Back to action, Wild Things Baseball 2016. Heading bottom 7, Matt Snyder out for his third inning of work. Wild Things trail 5-1. He's going to be facing the left-hand hitter, Jose Barraza. Snyder, pretty smooth inning, last inning for him. Scoreless of sorts. First pitch, hits him in the arm. First pitch fastball, catches Barraza on the forearm. Another leadoff man reaches. Told myself I was going to say that before the inning started so I would continue jinxing it, and I forgot. There's your leadoff man reaching again. Eric Grabe facing off against Snyder here in the 7th. Barraza on first. First pitch, strike 1. Fastball at 87. Oh, 1. Nobody out. Lefty on righty action. Slider in the dirt, blocked by Pollock. Ball 1. One on the way. Fastball by him for strike 2. One, 2, slider blocked for ball 2. Two on the way. Fastball misses inside. Not evens the count, brings the count full. Count's going to go full. Barraza on first. Snyder comes set. Ball 4. Andrew Wick called upon to get loose following another hit batter and another walk. That's been the game for your Wild Things pitchers. Chris Powell hit a handful, walked a handful. Snyder hits his first, walks 2 or 3. Runner on first and second, nobody out. Sean Hurley getting loose. Sean Hurley at the plate as Andrew Wick gets loose. Snyder set. Breaking ball, ball 1. One 0. 2 men on. Fastball down. 2-0. Nobody out. 2 runners on. Ball 3. Snyder has to pitch himself out of this jam as Wick's rushing to get loose. Ball 4. It's been the issue with Snyder's outings thus far this year. Under control, snowball. Something he's going to have to learn to adjust playing the pro game. These aren't college guys. They're not going to entirely allow you to get themselves out. You got to, if you get them down, keep them down, hold them down. Make them do something to beat you. Infield drawn in, bases loaded. First pitch fastball fouled straight back. Oh, 1, lefty on lefty action. Parker Norris. Snyder set, delivers. Fastball almost catches him in the head. Pollock able to backhand it as Norris bails, bringing the count 1-1. Infield drawn in to cut this run off. Andrew Wick, if he can get ready in time to face Brian De La Rosa on deck. And he hits him in the head. Hits him in the head. A run crosses. Inning thus far. Hit batter, walk, hit batter. Andrew Wick called in to replace Snyder.
Congratulations to our round 2 winner, Michael Fantasy Baseball, the Blue Hawks, who takes home 2 free cluster tickets and a free bag of lots of balls. Congratulations, Drew. You only next contest now by downloading the free Michael Fantasy app, so you can do.
Andrew Wick entering the ball game. Wild Things trail 6-1. Bases loaded, nobody out. We're going to pause and come back once we're ready to start action. Back to action here. Avon, Ohio. Wild Things trail 6-1. Bases loaded, no out jam. Andrew Wick asked to come replace Matt Snyder. Wick, right-hander. Washington State native. NC State grad. Spent time with the Tampa Bay Rays. Going to be facing Brian De La Rosa. First pitch fastball, ball 1. Up and in. (1-0), nobody out. Wild Things corners playing in, middle infield playing double play depth. Ball popped up on the infield. Infield fly is going to be called. Wild Wobrock calls him off. Collects out for number 1.
Now batting here at Erie Crusher, the second baseman, number 4, Matt Casper.
One out, Max Casper, bases loaded, 1 out. Wild Things still trail. 6-1. Middle infield playing double play depth. Corner still on the edge. First pitch, fastball, fouled straight back. 93 on the gun for Andrew Wick. Fastball, cutter, changeup. 0-1, 1 out against the 9-hole batter. Comes set. Fastball up and in. Brings the count 1-1. Righty on righty action. Wick. Knock on wood. Numbers very strong against righties throughout the year. Swing and a miss on the cutter slider. One, two, one out. Wick delivers. Ball trickles 5-hole on Pollock as it bounces in. Doesn't get too far away from him, and runner from third is unable to score. Count's going to even up 2-2. Two, 1 out. Wild Things seeing if they can battle out of this tough spot. Ground ball 4-6-3. Wild Things out of it. Andrew Wick with a strikeout with the bases loaded. Sorry, Andrew Wick with an infield pop-up with the bases loaded. And then a 4-6-3 double play. Limits the bases loaded no-out jam to only 1 run on the hit batter. Lake Erie scores 1 run on 2 hit batters and 2 walks. Charge to Matt Snyder. Wild Things trail 6-1. Final 2 at-bats of the ballgame. Back to action. Top of the 8th inning. Washington Wild Things 2016 season. Last 3 games of the year for your Wild Things. Brad Duffy now entering the ball game to pitch for Lake Erie. Duffy on the year, 3.41 ERA, 19 appearances, 29 innings, 31 strikeouts. He'll be going off against his good friend Andrew Heck. Duffy, a Pittsburgh native, high school. Duffy, if my memory is correct, Mercyhurst. Played baseball in Mercyhurst. Good friends of Andrew Heck and former Wild Things player Rick Devereaux. First pitch breaking ball, ball 1. Duffy going through the signs. 1-0 on the way. Heck gets the better of his Pittsburgh native. Singles off him. I know it's a nice bargaining chip for Heck to talk a little smack when they both get in the Metro Pittsburgh area after the season. It's going to bring up the center fielder, number 3, Chris Grayson. Heck with the second hit of the ball game, tripled to lead off his last at bat and singled here against Duffy in the 8th. Grayson settles in. Grayson doubled his first at bat. Breaking ball. Ball 1. That 0-1 fastball's away for ball 2. Duffy has his sign. Pitch on the way. Fastball outer half. Grayson doesn't like it, but it's a strike. 2-1. Breaking ball, ball 3. Three one. Heck on first. Ball 4. Grayson earned that one. Said, I didn't like you calling that fastball in the outer corner, and I'm just going to say that ball's down, and you're going to tell me it's not. And home plate umpire didn't. Grayson walks, runner on first and second, nobody out. Ricky Rodriguez, who singled his last at bat, coming to the plate. Righty on righty action. Wild Things hope to push the thread or cross some runs here in the 8th inning. First pitch, fastball, strike 1. Oh 1, Duffy comes set. Fastball, 0-2, swing and a miss. 0-2 versus Ricky. Third base has been hidden in a 3-hole for a good portion of the second half of the season. That 0-2 is fouled straight back. It's going to prompt Brian De La Rosa to go out and talk to Duffy. Make sure they're on the same page here in their advantage count 0-2. Rodriguez, the righty. LA calls LA home. Checks, holds. No appeal. Count's going to go 1-2. Duffy comes set. 2 men on. Swing and a miss. Elevated breaking pitch. Ricky was unable to handle. Talking to the home plate umpire if he was a strike or not. Questionable. Borderline from my angle. He's going to bring up Popkins. Popkins solo shot last night in the 9th inning. 2 men on, 1 out. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Popkins drove a ball far out to right center as earlier in the game that this wind held up that Connor Oliver was able to barely get to on the track. Popkins drives this one left center. Making the catch is Hurley. Popkins hit it very well. Hurley had to take a few steps to his left on the line and maybe 1 or 2 back. Popkins unable to blow it over his head in the left field, left center. It's going to bring up Yezo. First and second still. 2 outs. Yezo fouls this one straight back. One out for Yezo. Sorry, 1 strike for Yezo. That breaking ball in the dirt. Evens count 1-1. Wild Things had 2 men on, nobody out. Rodriguez and Popkins unable to move. Heck and Grayson. Yezo fouls this fastball out of play. Third base side. One, 2 on the way. Yezo smashes that line drive foul. It's going to remain the count. 1-2, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Wild Things set the table. Unable to move a runner, drive a run in. Frustrating inning there, I'm sure, for the meat of the lineup to fail and an opportunity to get them back in the ball game. Wild Things down 5. One final at bat. Roll pause. Go into the bottom of the 8th. Return to action, bottom of the 8th inning. Wild Things trail 6-1. Both teams with 6 hits. Difference of this ball game: walks and hit batters. Andrew Wick out for his first full inning of work, facing leadoff man Rob Paller. Wick sets the deliver. Called ball 1. Changeup. Delayed movements there by the umpire. I didn't want to catch myself. Fastball fouled out of play. Evens count 1-1. Andrew Wick, reliable right-hander all season. There's that cutter slider in there for strike 2. Comes set with the 1-2 delivery. Cap shot foul. Keeps the count 1-2. We're going to reset here, and Wick comes set with another 1-2. Unable to get the chase on the off speed there. Evens count 2-2. Wick comes set. Ball 3 as Pollock tries the block. No chase by Pollard. Righty and lefty action. Wick comes set. Pitch on the way. Ground ball chopped. Yezzo flipped the Wick for out number 1. Little in-between hop between Yezzo and Wick. They communicated well there that Wick decided to allow Yezzo to field that himself and shift his focus to manning the bag for out number 1. It's going to bring up Brendan Constantino. 1 hit on the night. Ground ball up the middle. First pitch popped up. Wobrock and Heck converge. Wobrock takes it for out number 2. It's going to bring up center fielder. Connor Oliver stepping back in. Swing and a miss. Fastball by Oliver. Oliver got the best of Wick earlier in the year, ambushing a fastball. Here in Avon, Ohio. Wick said, catch up to it again this time. And Oliver failed. The 0-1 high. Evens count 1-1. No action in Lake Erie's bullpen, as Brad Duffy was able to pitch his way out of trouble in the 8th. Wicks 1-1. There's that slider cutter. Strike 2. Goes through his signs with Pollock. Comes set. Breaking pitch. Misses low and away. Catches Pollock awkwardly in the thumb as he shakes it off. Thankfully wearing the thumb guard is fracturing that thumb and stubbing it and doing damage to it is relatively easy with the velocity these guys throw at. The 1-2, the 2-2 is misses to drive the count full. Oliver digs back in. Wind still gusting in. Wick doesn't get the call that he wanted. Walking Oliver with 2 outs. I believe he tried to throw a backdoor slider there. Bringing up Barraza, the first baseman. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Wick comes set. Fastball, strike one, 92 on the board. Knowing Wick and his personality, I'm sure he took a look at it, see what his arm had in him tonight. Wobrock playing over top second base bag. Grand Fink playing in shallow right. Ground ball. Wobrock going to come over the bag, field it. Toss along the Yezo, 6-3. Ends the 8th. We're going to enter the 9th. Wild Things, 3 outs. 5 runs, the deficit. Last 3 games of the year here for your Wild Things. Thanks for joining us for this MSA production. We're going to enter the top of the 9th inning here in Avon, Ohio. Wild Things Baseball 2016 season. Interesting PA announcement this inning tomorrow is rivalry night, as we're just outside of Cleveland and obviously Washington, a good 20-30 minutes from Pittsburgh. They're encouraging fans to wear their Cleveland gear tomorrow. Grand Fink smokes this ball to left field. That's not going to stay fair, though. Foul ball home run by Grand Fink. Thinking to myself when they made that announcement about rivalry night and encouraging people to wear their Browns gears. Not much of a rivalry when the Browns don't win, so truth hurts sometimes. New era with Robert Griffin III taking over the helm of the Browns, but back to baseball. Grand Fink takes that breaking ball 0-2. Got a full slate of college football for everybody tomorrow, and NFL football picks up next week. Fink takes that breaking ball that ended up in the left-handed hitter batting box, goes all the way back to the backstop. 1-2 count. Wild Things 5-run deficit. Fink digs back in there, the 26-year-old, I believe. Swings and fouls. Grand Fink, one of the handfuls of guys that have an understanding this is their last go-round, their last year of professional baseball. Fink, a Cleveland Indians product. Exploring some other options with his future, his career after the season. Holds on that breaking pitch. Emotional time for guys who play Little League baseball, high school baseball, college baseball, get drafted, pro baseball. Sunday for a lot of guys, our handful of Wild Things players, will be a very difficult day. 2-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Knowing it could be a guy's last ball game, last at bat. Real life sets in for a couple guys here as they pursue their careers in other avenues, and never easy for them to realize that chapter in their career is over. Alvaro Gonzalez digs in, probably has a few more years under his belt. Gonzalez fouls off this fastball. It's going to land out of play. Gonzalez, first-year player, joined the Wild Things after the All-Star break. 0-1. Fastball high. Evens the count at ones. The righty digs back in. Takes that fastball outside. Brings the count 2-1. Wind still not giving it a break. Breaking ball in there, 2-2. One out. Alvaro Gonzalez, designated hitter tonight, fouls a fastball straight back. Gonna reset here, and Duffy gets his sign for another 2-2 attempt. Gonzalez lines a hard ground ball in the 6 hole for a base hit. Wild Things 7 hits on the night, out hitting Lake Erie 7-6. Just going to bring up Kyle Pollock, your Wild Things catcher for the past 4 ball games at least. After his injury scare, getting hit in the spine. Pollock singled in the 6 hole himself already. Fastball inside, ball 1. Pollock digs back in. The Royals product. Fastball high, ball 2. Scoreboard here still throwing me in loops. Says 1-1, 1 out. Questioning my manual tracking of the game. Pollock drives this ball to left field. It's going to hang up, though, short of the track for out number 2. Pollock gets a good piece of it, just not all of it. Wild Things down to the last out. With a loss tonight, Wild Things officially eliminated from any type of playoff hopes in manager Greg Langben's first year in Washington. Wilbrock digs in. First pitch breaking ball, ball 1. Duffy comes set. Fastball, ball 2. On deck, Andrew Heck singled off Duffy. Last inning. 2 men on, nobody out. Wild Things unable to plate anything. Wilbrock fouls back this fastball. Brings the count 2-1. 2 outs. Duffy back on the mound. Checks the runner. Looks at his son. Fastball down. Ball 3. Three 1 for your 9-hole batter. Wilbrock hitless on the night so far. Wilbrock drives this ball to left. Right to Hurley. Out number 3. That's the ball game. That's the end of your Wild Things playoff push for 2016. Frustrating road trip, frustrating situation for your Wild Things. Everything's happened externally as best as you could ask for, with River City getting swept yesterday. River City getting swept by Florence. Wild Things had every opportunity to step up to the plate, push themselves back into a wild card playoff situation. Wild Things offensively failed Windy City in game 2 and 3. Wild Things failed to win game 1 of this series and put themselves in a bad spot with walks and hit batters, and officially out hit Lake Erie, but unable to dig themselves out of a hole. Game 2 and Game 3, Saturday, Sunday, Lake Erie, Washington. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.